Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are back again with another one. And this time, let's take it to La Liga. This time, it's not Madrid. It's the league as a whole. The league in general, bro. The La Liga team of the season just came out. And there was 10 Barca and Madrid players out of 15. 12 if you want to include Atletico players as well. And I thought for a second, I was like, yo, there is so many underrated players that did not make it. There's so many players that failed to make it. Maybe because they play for lesser teams. Maybe because the stats is not there. Maybe because the PR is not there. But this is where I come in. This is where I give flowers to those players. So this is my top 11 most underrated players that currently plays in La Liga, and that every club outside of La Liga, the Premier League, the Serie A, the Liga A, the Bundesliga, any league should be looking for those players. But before I continue, as you guys know, like, share, and subscribe, baby. We are getting very, very, very close to 10,000, which is insane because it's only been what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Mental. You might wonder why I said 11 players. Usually with those type of videos, you say 3 players that you watch out for, 5 players that you watch out for, 7 or 10. The reason why I said 11, I thought for a second, why am I only giving credit to attackers? Why am I only giving credit to number 8s, number 10 midfielders? Bro, let me give credit to everyone. The fullbacks, the goalkeeper, the centre backs. Let me give flowers to every single position there is. Hence the reason why this is 11 players, my starting 11. Let's start and go. And let's start with the goalkeeper that if he wasn't there, if he didn't play for that team would have been relegated non-stop, bro. And his name is Georgi Mamadashvili. Yeah. Valencia have conceded 45 goals this season. This number is usually quite low for a team which is battling to survive, and even it's lower than teams that's fighting for Europe. And that all comes down to Georgi. I can't lie, I'ma keep calling him Georgi because that surname, it is a mission for me to pronounce every single time. Bro, like, look how many times I had to say it as well. And his name is Georgi Mashavili. Georgi was very fortunate to play last season. Start of the season, he didn't even play. But when Citizen got injured halfway through the season, Georgi got his chance, and bro, he took it and ran with it. He kept 6 clean sheets in 12 games, which made Valencia have to offload Citizen last summer. This season is no different, and Georgi is still performing at his best despite the Valencia backline constantly having to change. The question is whether Georgi is ready for a big move, because if you deep it, this season has only been his first proper season as a starter. And I can't lie, I feel like he is ready for that task. He's a good shot stopper, he's massive, his reactions are so elite for his size and build, and nowadays, football is changing where keepers are being forced to play with their feet. He is so comfortable from the back, and his distribution is getting better and better. Don't be surprised if a big team goes after him. If Valencia had been relegated, I would have said that for certain. But even now, when Valencia is going through financial problems every single season, and they've got a president who doesn't even care about the team, he doesn't even care about La Liga, doesn't even care about football, I reckon a cheeky attempt might be worth it because Valencia has to sell, bro. Let's now move to the right backs. I know every choice of everyone is usually Fresnado, and deserve is low. He's been very good for Valladolid even though they got relegated. But in my opinion, the person that no one is looking for, no one is maybe keeping an eye on him, and I think they should, is Anel Martinez. He ticks all the boxes on upcoming talent. He's young. He started as a centre-back, which helps. Great going forward. He's a great cross off the ball and very comfortable when he gets the ball and receives it. Martinez have picked up 3 goals and 4 assists this season for Girona. But the most surprising stat for me is his key passes. He's had over 40 key passes this season, and he's got an expected assist of 6.38, which is crazy for a right back. Bro, he gives me a Pavard, Asby vibes. The way he plays and the way he came from a centre back and now being transformed into a right back. But don't be surprised, 1, if he plays for Spain, if he gets a chance to play for the Spain national team, and 2, if you see his name anywhere near the transfer rumours, either this summer, next winter, or next summer. I feel like give it a year or 2, it's going to be very difficult for Girona to keep him. Let's go to the other side of the back line, and you've got the left back, which over the last couple of years, we've seen a trend of emerging left backs coming from La Liga. First, it was Estepanian, who's doing a madness at Brighton. Recently, it's been Alex Morono, who's doing very well at Aston Villa ever since United. But the most recent person, he has actually made his move away from that respective team. And the only reason why I want to give him flowers is I haven't spoken about him before, and I feel like this is the right time. And his name is Fran Garcia. Madrid have just grabbed him. And if you've got no idea who Fran Garcia is, well, get ready, because his name is going to be popping. Just leave this for a second. Vinicius Jr. have got the most progressive carries into the final third in the whole of Europe, in the whole of the world. He is number 1. Imagine who number 2 is. It's not Kylian Mbappe. It's not Rashford. It's not Saka. It's not Kivic or Leao or Messi, players that you think have got these high numbers. Nah, bro, it is Fran Garcia. I'm telling you right now, that left-hand side for Real Madrid next season with Vinny and Fran Garcia, it's going to be electrifying, bro. And yes, Mendy gave us the defensive reassurance over the last couple of seasons. But now, bro, with all due respect, useless. He doesn't provide anything, even defensively, which is supposed to be his biggest strength. So now having Fran Garcia is a massive, massive upgrade. And if you guys don't know who he is, I'm telling you, give it a couple of seasons, his name going to be ringing around the best left backs in the world. And now let's go to the middle of the back line. And the first name is Robin Lenormand. Robin ain't the modern defender from what I've seen from him. He's not a person you can rely on him to start an attack. He can do it, but you shouldn't expect him or sign him for that reason. He's perfectly placed to play alongside someone who can do it. Usually on a FEM, you've got the ball-playing defender, and you've got no-nonsense centre-back next to him. Robin is that person. He is that person. Yes, he can progress the ball, play from the back. He can do the job, but you shouldn't expect a lot from him. But defensively, not a lot of players are better than him, which is what you want from your centre-back. But another centre-back who can do that job, who can ball play from the back consistently at every single touch, and you can rely on him, and he's comfortable with it, is Pau Torres. I feel like Pau Torres' name keeps ringing every single season, but he keeps staying at Villarreal, which I get. And now, bro, you ain't getting any younger. Now you have to make your move away from La Liga. Pau Torres is a perfect centre-back and can play in different systems and fits the modern centre-back tagline. A team which I would love for them to grab him is maybe a Brighton. It's maybe a Liverpool as a left centre-back, or even an Aston Villa, bro. I'm telling you, he needs to move, especially to Premier League, because as you guys know, the Premier League's got a lot of eyes on them, and I feel like his name's going to start getting more flowers the moment he does that. Let's go to the middle of the park, and let's start with the first midfielder. And yes, I'm going to go to Sociedad. I'm not going to say Moreno's name, even though he should get his flowers. I'm not going to say Zubamendi's name, even though this season's been exceptional and Barcelona's been trying to get him. Arsenal's been rumoured to get him. I'm going to say the third person in that midfield that is not getting any flowers at all, and his name is Brais Mendes. He's got 8 goals and 4 assists this season. Very efficient on the ball. Great in the final third, but also defensively he's very aware too. He's technically good, and he's got a good all-round play about him. And with Brais Mendes, I can see a lot of Odegaard in him. He's not, of course, less technical than Odegaard, but he's more all-rounded compared to what we see from an Odegaard. And I feel like he made the best move moving from Celta Vigo to Sociedad, but don't be surprised if he goes for a team slightly above their level as well. The next one is quite similar as well. And I'm not going to say shout out, of course, to honourable options like Gabriel Vegas, but you guys know him. He's not becoming underrated. I think now more people start to know who he is. But another person who I feel like no one has yet to know him on the bigger scale of things, but I feel like slowly people will know his name, and his name is Kang-In. He's got 6 goals and 6 assists this season. The way he glides on the ball, bro, his ability to receive, turn, and progress is second to none, bro. It's like second nature to him. He gives me Eden Hazard and Iniesta vibe. Not to the same level, don't get me wrong, but the way he moves with the ball is crazy, bro. It's so satisfying to watch. And I'm telling you, Mallorca, you guys, are going to be hard for you guys to keep him next season. Don't be surprised if a big team goes after him, because, bro, he is that good. I've watched him a couple of times for Mallorca this season, and, bro, he is must-watch TV. And the next team that gets him, bro, they are going to be very fortunate to have him. And the last person that for some reason is getting no recognition, especially from La Liga, the fact that this person wasn't in team of the season, it baffles me. And his name is Alex Garcia. Bro, this person had shots to be player of the year this season in La Liga. Why is no one giving him the recognition? Why is La Liga not giving the recognition? He is the definition of an all-round midfielder, and he's been carrying his team this season. He's still 25, and this season he was up there with Griezmann and Stegen for Player of the Year. He is such a baller, and if you guys don't know him, he's an ex-Man City player. It's just a shame he got injured some part of this season, which is why maybe La Liga didn't look into him. Let's go more advanced, so let's go to the forward, and let's go with the right-hand side. And yes, the usual name will strike into you, like Chukwueze from Villarreal, who's having an exceptional season, or Nico Williams from Bilbao. But I feel like those two players I've just mentioned are getting the recognition, are not underrated, and I feel like people know them. The reason why I'm going to say this person, by the way, is I feel like, one, no one is talking about him. Secondly, he's probably never going to get flowers on anywhere except for this video right now. And by the way, let me land with this one. His stats are not the best. When you look at it, his stats are not the best. It doesn't strike you as someone, oh wow, look at him. I hear it. But when you watch him, this is just an eye test. And his name is Gonzalo Plata. Valladolid just got relegated. Signing him is not going to be difficult. But bro, when I tell you this, he is so electrifying to watch. He played against Madrid and he showed glimpses in both games. But the game that made me go, raw, yo, this guy is different. It's the game against Barcelona when he scored and assisted that game. Bro, that game, the way he was moving reminded me of a beast. Like I don't know how to describe, maybe like a slimmer version of Hulk. The way, bro, he's big, he's got a lot of strength. It's so hard to beat him off the ball, and he is so skillful despite his build, bro. He's so silky on the ball, and the way he dribbles, he's a left-footed player, but he can use his right as well. And don't be surprised if any team goes after him this season. And on the left, we've got a different type of player. I was gonna say Abde, but I was like, I don't want to give flowers to Barcelona players. Yes, he played for Osasuna last season, but he's still technically a Barcelona player. But this person plays for a team just under Madrid and Barcelona. He plays for Atletico Madrid, but this season he did not play for Atletico. He played for Valencia, and his name is Samuel Lina. At one point this season, he was only behind Vini, Rodrigo, and Dembele with the most dribbles completed, and that's what Lina is, a typical Brazilian that makes stuff happen, bro. Whenever he gets the ball, you know something's about to be cooking. He added more output to his game towards the end of the season. He chipped in with 4 goals in 8 games, which helped Valencia survive from going down. But it'll be very interesting next season what Diego Simeone is going to do with him. Is he going to keep him and maybe trying to integrate him into that starting 11? Or is he going to offload him? If he does offload him, if he does try to maybe sell him or loan him out, I feel like teams out there should be going after him. Because I feel like he's going to emerge as one of these typical left wingers, Brazilian left wingers. He gives me like a Martinelli vibes. Not this season, last season. And now to my shooter, to my striker, to my attacker, to my goal scorer, to my number 9. Hey, this introduction was crazy. Born and raised back home in Gambia. He wears the number 15 shirt. He plays for the Yellow Submarines. He plays for Villarreal, and his name is Nicolas Jackson. I said before this season even started, I said that everyone should be investing his stocks on Nico Jackson. I tweeted it. Look when I tweeted it. This was before September, bro. This was in August. I watched one game of him in preseason, watched some comps in preseason, watched actual games in La Liga, the first couple of games, and I was like, you know what? This guy is going to become a baller. Bro, my eyes do not deceive me. I've got good talent ID, you know. When I see someone and they impress me after the first couple of games with their touch, with the way they move, the way they progress the ball, the way they play with the IQ, I know they're going to become a baller. That's what I saw from Nico Jackson. In his first season, he scored 12 goals and handed 4 assists. He can play in a 1-man forward line, 2-man, and he's also got the ability to be on the wing. He's quick, great feet, good header on the ball. Bournemouth tried to sign him last season, but don't be surprised if a big team goes after him this season. I feel like he's going to be making his move. I don't know where, but I feel like, bro, he is very good. Yes, he's young. He's 21. He's only had his first season for Villarreal this season, but doesn't mean anything, bro. Age is just a number. Crazy. But I'm telling you, Nico Jackson is the next big thing. Listen, this was my most underrated 11 for La Liga this season. I might have missed a couple of names, like the bait ones, which I felt like, rather than saying them, let me try give flowers to other people. Let me know in the comments what your most underrated La Liga 11 is, and tell me your thoughts. Or maybe, if you want to mention the names that I have mentioned, you can add your own thoughts into them. If you've watched them more, tell the people why they should be going after them. Listen, if you liked the video, and if you want me to do that with different leagues, just let me know, man. But for now, I'll see you guys next time. Peace!